Hey guys, and welcome to another Cataclysm beta video. This time I am in, or just outside of the stockades. And as you can see, it looks a little bit different. There's not quite as many people anymore. And the instance looks very different from what it does in the live version. And we're going to see a very good friend. The last boss of the instance is our very good and very loving friend Hogger. I thought it was kind of cool and funny to have him being the end boss. So I decided to go ahead and just do this one simple instance. When Cataclysm does come out, I am going to go through all the old instances, because they have been changed and most of them have new storylines and new content. So we will be going through them, but I'm not going to do it before Cataclysm comes out. There's no reason to do it until then. So, when Cataclysm do come out, I think we're just gonna start from the first instances. So it's gonna be pretty interesting, because I'm gonna have to go into Orgrimmar. At that point, we're gonna have flying in Azeroth, so it might be a little bit interesting. It shouldn't be that difficult, but we never know. It's gonna be interesting to give it a shot. Now, I must admit, I didn't give any of the bosses that big of a chance. I basically one-shot them all because there is such a big level difference between me and the bosses. So what I'll probably be doing in Cataclysm at that point is I'm gonna let the bosses do a little bit of damage on me, just to try to get through some of the different phases. It's not gonna necessarily be possible though, because even in my melee damage, it's going to do some damage, and I might end up doing too much, so we might miss a phase. But I'm going to try as much as possible to do as little damage as possible. Maybe even take a lot of my equipment off, so it will not do as much damage as it does fully equipped. Basically just to have an idea of the different phases, what happens, because a lot of the new encounter mechanics that we're gonna have in the end game bosses in raids and heroics and such, a lot of those mechanics have also been put into the new encounters in the new raids or in the new 5-man dungeons. That is definitely gonna be fun and hopefully a little bit more challenging and a little bit more interesting for characters leveling. And especially since the heirlooms was introduced to the game, there has been a huge damage increase for, I guess, anyone leveling. Because as it is right now, at least, I have actually tried this. I was a healer in that raid, or in that 5-man, and the tank had, well, his weapon, of course, was an heirloom, and he had chest and, isn't it helm? Yes, it's headpiece. He had those three, the same with me and the DPS. And 3 people went through a 5-man instance. We were actually doing Nomergon and went through it. Only 3 people, and we didn't have, okay, it was a little bit of a struggle, but it wasn't a huge problem. So the fact that they're doing all these encounters a little bit more interesting and maybe a little bit more difficult, hopefully is going to make the entire, even that part of leveling a little bit more fun and interesting for people. Especially given the fact that we're getting 2 new races. I know that they're hoping to sell a few more games and getting some more subscribers, but I would say, I don't know, maybe 80%, 85%, something like that, of the people that are going through this content are the people that have done it before. It's people like us that have been playing for a long time. We've tried stockades, we've tried whaling caverns, we've tried all those instances. Now we're getting something new, and a lot of people have gone through it and thought it was boring and too easy. Well, now we're gonna get a little bit of a challenge. It's gonna be new, it's gonna be fresh, and this is why also that I am going, even with my level 80 or 85 at that point, I am going through some of the older instances, because we're gonna take a look at it. Maybe get you to want to try one specific instance. Maybe you've always hated instance A, and you've always gone for instance B. Well, because it looks so different now, maybe you want to try out instance A, just to give it a try. Anyway, enough of me rambling on about non-important stuff. Like I mentioned, I will be, when Cataclysm do come out, I will be looking through all the older instances, maybe do a little bit of checking up of the lore for the new bosses, what the natural evolution of the instance is, because, well, we killed all the bosses one time. What happened since then? Why are these new bosses, new adds, why are they in this spot now? I'm gonna try and look a little bit into that. I'm gonna see if I can't do some form of research to see what has happened from the time that we was in the instance the last time and to the point where we are now. Keep in mind that the time difference, I mentioned this earlier, but the time difference between the instances as they were in the original game and the one we have in Cataclysm, 10 years have passed. So there has definitely changed a lot, and there is a lot of new story to look at. So thank you for letting me take up some of your time. We're going to make a lot of more of this stuff when Cataclysm do come out, so look forward to that. And I just wanted to say welcome to a lot of the new people. I've gotten a lot of new subscribers lately, and welcome to you all. I hope you enjoy the videos that I will be making in the very near future. So if you haven't done so already, remember to subscribe, and you'll see a lot of more of this stuff. And also join my Facebook group. You'll get all the latest information on new videos and what's going on with some of the projects that I will be working on together with you guys in Cataclysm. So thanks for everything. See you guys.